And I did it on purpose because I was like, hey, this other person in our group didn't know that I was diabetic. So I brought one of those like broccoli rubber bands, and I pulled it up my arm, and I was like this, and it's like, what are you doing, dude? I'm down if you do a little bit of this or something like that, man, but I don't know about that. And and I was like, oh, it's all good. And I go, oh, I'm just kidding. And I stuck it in my gut, and he's like, wait, what just happened?
I don't remember who that was, but yeah, I was there for that. That was a game night at Dave's house.
Like,
yeah, I want to say it was that goofy friend of Sean's.
Yeah.
He was almost like Justin 2.0.
Like 2.7.
I don't remember the guy's name, but I think that's who that was.
Right. And he's just like, I'm trying to drink, man, or a little bit of this, man, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Justin jumped up on the chair when the not a black widow, but a daddy long legs?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Chair, and he jumps off the chair to the daddy long legs. It's just like crawling along the ground. He stomps on it, like,
oh,
right? There's not even molecular structure still intact of this poor spider, and he's like, is he dead?
Yeah, Justin was just a drama queen in general, but I mean, my favorite scene with him was I want to say it was like a mosquito hawk or something that had gotten into Dave and Jesse's place, and it got pointed out to him, and he leaped off the couch in the living room. Like, honest to God, his feet did not touch the ground for a good second. He leaped up and in 3 strides hit the front door, but he didn't realize the screen door was closed. So he rammed straight into that thing and fell backward. It was just 2 solid moves. Bam, bam. And oh, it was hilarious. We died laughing, and he's just laying there like holding his face and everything. We're like, my God, dude.
Oh my gosh. You remember, because I used to come over there and I'd bring all my books.
Mm-hmm.
And because Billy's like, well, if you're giving me a ride, I guess I got to be the pack mule. And I'd come just waltzing in. Hey, what's up, guys?
Yep, I remember that.
Stack of
and that was his name, Billy. Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to grab. I needed to grab the notes and the map and whatnot. Okay, so where's my module?
Oh yeah, pull the map back.
There we are.
Yeah. And the first time I ever played D&D, that guy right there, that's the way it is to me. He's right there.
You're pointing to my friends list.
Me too.
Or the channel list. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Him.
No, I'd actually be off to your right.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, him. Just opposite. He's over there to me, but he's right there.
I think for me it's alphabetical. Aaron and Kari are the top left, and then I'm on the right.
Oh, okay, yeah. I see what you're getting at. Yeah.
So
it's like that for me too.
Aaron and Kari are here.
Yep.
Brittany.
Yep. You.
And
then me. Yep.
And then me.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good observation.
Because I noticed, I guess since the last update, maybe, like in Vampire, I used to be on the bottom right,
mm-hmm.
and now I'm at the top left because I'm usually the first letter. I assumed that it was alphabetical.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Aaron. Balake.
Balake. Aaron.
You done messed up, Aaron.
It's pronounced Aaron.
Oh,
He's like,
Principal O'Shaughnessy. Or sorry, how do you say O'Shaughnessy?
Insubordinate and churlish.
shit. What was the principal's name?
Get on back in his office right now.
I think it's like
a boot off.
O'Shaughnessy, and I think it's supposed to be something.
He was like O'Shaughnessy or something like that. Yeah.
O'Shag Hennessy.
O'Shaughnessy.
Okay, so where we left off last game, you had just managed to finish off the Minotaur skeletons, so you're standing amongst, at this point, the remaining carnage of the ghouls, and now a lot of bones kind of splintered and broken apart of two giant Minotaur skeletons.
Let's move this stuff out of the way, because if something else happens to come, I don't want to be tripping.
Yeah, I grew up on a farm. I think that's probably a good idea because you gotta have your workspace.
I don't want to touch them. What if they're poisonous?
They're not poisonous. You'll be fine.
As long as you don't have an open wound, it should be fine.
Oh yeah. Do I need to heal anybody? I forgot. Did
No,
anybody even
by
take
this
any
point, I don't
damage?
think so.
No.
I don't think anybody took any damage on
I think
them.
they wasn't something poisonous? Something had
The ghouls were.
That was last night.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
ghouls were.
Probably they're not poisonous anymore.
But it wasn't. It was when you were wounded by them, not just simply because their touch.
Oh, okay.
Daedalus, that trick that you pulled, that was genius.
What's that?
Well, how you
That-
slow down the Minotaur?
That frozen thing, that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if we would have made it without that.
Yeah, good job. I don't know how you learned to do that, but that was amazing.
I'm just going to throw in there that was amazing as well, so I'm not left out. And now I'm going to move some of the things out of the way because my friend apparently is worried about contagion from the ghoul bodies.
Yeah.
Well, you have a pitchfork, so I think you got the best tool.
You brought the tool for the job.
And you know what? I'll sterilize my hands in the fire. I really don't care.
I have a.
I can't do that.
Oh, I'm gonna use my shield and shovel them with my shield.
Just grab and pull them off the side. At least get them out of the way.
I'll just
Yeah,
pick 'em up
it's
with
not
my sword
difficult.
and fling 'em.
It's definitely not difficult getting everything out of the way and pulling them off to the side and just kind of. Obviously, there's nowhere to dispose of them, but you can get them out of the way.
Actually, I'm gonna use Mage Hand to
She's like,
move stuff out of the way.
To
But
help
I
move stuff out of the way. Sure.
Yeah, I can only do it 10 pounds at a time. But hey,
hey, the bones.
Yep, the bones. You've definitely got the bones.
we're gonna do it.
Minus my finger bones that I picked up.
Right.
This should always just be your magician move.
You know things are about to get serious when she's making the finger guns.
Mage hand pimp slap.
What's that anime lawyer guy?
Oh, right.
You got me.
Oh, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. Don't you always see him like pointing? I don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I never played it. Whatever.
All right. So, but at any rate,
This
at
is my
this
cleric
point,
symbol.
at this point, you have pulled the bodies and remains off to one side, whatever side is irrelevant. They're off to the side of the circular chamber. There are 4 directions to go from this chamber: north, south, east, and west. And you've only gone through 4 of the pillars here so far.
Well, do we want to finish the pillars? Do we feel like the pillars made the things come? Or do we feel like we need to finish the riddles on the pillars? Because every time we heard something break just down the south hallway, we know maybe it's opening up something just down there. I mean, and the ghouls and the minotaurs didn't all come from that hallway where the sound is coming from. So I think maybe we can guess that that's not causing the creepers.
Did we do like how the pillars, like here's a hallway and then there's pillars right here, right? And then
Right.
there's a hallway and there's pillars on either side.
Yep.
Did we complete like these two pillars?
You've completed the north and east pillars.
Where did the baddies come from again?
The baddies came from the first batch of ghouls came from the north, and then the second one, the skeletons, came from the south.
Oh,
When we did the east pillars, right?
That is correct.
do we want to just take a look before we do any more pillars and see?
Yeah, let's go do it. Let's see what's down there.
Okay.
What do you think, nerdy? You've been quiet here.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good thing he's so handsome.
I'm sure he's good at many things.
He's basically our version of Corbin Dallas. So Ruby Rod sticks the microphone in. What do you say, my man? Yeah.
Could be worse. I could be like a motocross guy. Be like, brah, 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 and I was like, brah, 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 and my way. Yeah.
Do that. That's
Should
awesome.
I do that?
Do that. Please don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah. Okay.
So which direction are you going from this rounded hall, the domed chamber?
Wasn't it the south hallway that you went down, right?
Yes, he did go down partway. He didn't go much further than the
entrance.
hallway. Well, the hallway that ran lengthwise from there because the skeletons were coming. But yeah, he went
All
to
right,
the end of the hallway south.
Let's go to the south hallway.
Okay.
Okay. So, and by this point, through the fighting and whatnot that's taken place, you will likely have to refresh your torch here soon. Just letting you know, for those of you who need it, which is like a whole one person.
I gotcha.
But you go down to, you travel down the hallway. Let's see, what did we say it was?
Oh, you mean a new torch, not like relight it?
A new torch.
You
Both.
go down maybe 20 feet outside of the domed chamber that you were in, and you see the hallway that Durr had alerted you to the skeletons were coming. It comes to an abrupt stop, and it goes east and west.
So T intersection.
Correct.
What can we see down the hallway?
The hallway continues on either side, and because there's no ambient light outside of the torch, the torch that's lit, it's hard to say, but it goes on past the torch's light. Everything in here is still modeled the same way. There's some superficial damage that's down here, like some cracks in the stone, but otherwise, this matches what you saw in the domed chamber. So
Hey,
obviously not the paintings and whatnot, but the style of rock, the level of detail that had been paid attention to this place. So this apparently was an important building at some point in time.
what if like one person stayed here and the rest of us went back and answered a riddle, and then that person would be down here to tell which direction the sound came from? Then at least we would start going the right way.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
I'm no good at riddles. I'm just letting you know right now.
Do you want to stay and listen? And we'll go do the.
Do you mind if I take the spear rather than my trusty pitchfork?
You're
That's
welcome.
a great idea.
Okay. Then yes, I would be happy to stand guard at the end of this hallway.
Okay.
So he goes and grabs the spear.
Side note, Jerome,
Yes.
when it says resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks, does that mean half damage then? Similar
It
like
can.
fire Since
Yeah, it can. You usually have to, from my understanding, you need to look at the description of what it's, if it has any sort of particular write up in the, in like the monster manual or whatnot. What are you looking at specifically?
Blade Ward.
Ah, gotcha. We can
Play.
always Google that.
It says you extend your hand, trace a sigil of warding until the end of the next turn. You have until the end of your next turn, you have resistance against bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage dealt by weapon attacks. Is that like a free action?
Hang on. Let's see.
This is one round. Oh. It's an abjuration cantrip.
Here we go. I think this might do it. Vulnerability. So, if a creature has resistance to a damage type, yes. So that damage of that type is halved against it. If a creature has an object has a vulnerability, that damage is doubled against it. Man, they make that straightforward. Ouch. So if you are resistant to those various types of damages, that means if you do get stuck or hit or whatever, then you're going to take half of whatever was dealt to you for that duration.
Is it only with weapons, not like claws or being gored?
No. The
Anything?
weapons the weapons or attacks themselves will have some sort of additive attached to it. So like claws, for example, maybe slashing. So if you are resistant against slashing, it's going to count as slashing.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's just claws or like a dagger or whatnot. It's you have that resistance.
Or if we happen to come up against a monk that's punching me, then it's against bludgeoning.
Right. Unless he doesn't clip his toenails, then it could be piercing.
Right.
So at this point, Kichi with the spear stands at the south hallway.
Well, let's just go to the south pillar because it's closest to us and do that one.
Okay.
I'll be about halfway to where I can where I can hear them, but I can still see Kichi.
Okay, so you guys have read this one. You have not answered it, however.
Oh, okay. What was it?
This is a part of heaven, though it touches the earth. Some say it's valuable, others no worth.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was the rainbow.
Rainbow.
Are you saying that out loud?
Yes.
Okay, so we've already enacted, what it does, and you recite. You basically give the answer again, and then
Just stop it.
Kichi is kind of like looking around, and he's like, "Okay, I heard something. I think it's off to my right, but I don't know where. I'm not seeing anything."
Okay, well, let's answer one more, and then
one more.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next
What's
one
the other
on the
color?
south,
Oh, sorry.
it says, "This darksome burn, horseback brown, his rollick high road roaring down. In coop and in comb, the fleece of his foam flutes and low to the body falls home."
What?
Could you read that again?
That was a long one.
That was a
Can you-
long one.
That in the chat? Or like on Messenger or something?
Yeah, I usually close that down for recording purposes, but I can do that. Hold on one second.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it was something about.
Some burn?
I heard something about like honeycomb.
It said coop in
Like-
in coop and in comb.
There you go. It is posted in the Facebook chat.
This darksome burn, horseback brown, his brolic
Burn.
coop and in comb. Well, in coop and in comb, that seems like it's referencing chickens.
Yeah.
The fleece of his foam. Well, fleece is from a sheep. I mean, is this something that's his rollick? What's a rollick?
Rollick, high road. I'm guessing like rolling motion.
This darksome burn.
Remember, you can always Google a word if you don't understand it. It will come up with a definition.
Right.
I'm gonna roll for insight or investigation.
It
Which
almost sounds
would
like
be better here? Actually, they're.
I think
a
I
mudslide or
have an
something.
idea. Like,
It's an oarlock.
What's
An
an
oh,
oarlock?
oh,
An oar lock?
A holder that holds the oar in place
A what?
on a boat. I would
No.
know that.
I'm wondering, like,
My character should know that. Being a
If it-
sailor.
it says that it like kind of listen to how the words sound. Like,
Mhm.
this
Right.
darksome burn, horseback brown, his roll rock high road roaring down, in coop and in comb, the fleece of his foam, flutes and low to the lake falls home. It
It's
could
a
be
river.
describing a
It's
river
it's
or
a
a brook.
mudslide. I think
A
it's like
brook.
a mudslide.
No. 'Cause
Darksome burn, horseback
yeah, but it's
brown.
saying coop and comb and fleece of his foam, so white.
But it's
You know how
foamy.
when rivers go down, or brooks or
Yeah.
streams to a lake? What do you guys think?
But it's roaring. It's not
A
just a.
mudslide?
I don't think it's a mudslide.
I think it's a mudslide.
I don't think it's a mudslide because mudslides don't have foam.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think it is?
Or like a flood, like a flash flood.
Tidal wave?
No. Don't think so. Let me see.
A stampede?
I have no idea.
Keep speaking out loud because if we accidentally get it, the thing's going to acknowledge us.
Well, really?
Not necessarily.
Well, maybe. Stampede.
Okay, so that's what you say?
I say stampede.
Okay.
No.
Or like a
So you just hear a
not an avalanche,
like
but
a
what's
fizzling
like a rock
sound and then
slide.
just nothing.
Okay, so it doesn't sound like anything bad happens. So I'm gonna say stream or river.
Now it does nothing.
You said river?
Yeah, it does nothing now.
Oh, forever? Because you didn't get the answer right the first time?
We don't know.
That's a great question.
Oh. Ooh. Let's go to another pillar.
Okay. So then the next one over, it says, a box without hinges, key or lid, yet golden treasure inside is hid.
Eggs.
Yep,
Eggs.
eggs.
Okay. So then it, erupts again with the, with the boisterous magical voice. And then you hear it, and then you faintly hear a chime, and then Kichi's like, "Wait a minute, that came from another direction."
If we gave up on the other one.
That came from another direction.
Well, I mean, it's a different pillar.
Yeah, one was left and one was right. So I'm thinking there may be more than one, or maybe this is it's echoing down the hallway and I can't make it out.
Shoot. How many more pillars do we even have? 2?
There's
Left?
only one more left
Let's
with a
just do the
riddle.
last one.
Besides
Stay there, Kichi. We're going to do one more.
All right. So the last one reads, alive without breath, as cold as death, never thirsty, ever drinking, all in mail, never clinking.
oh, I
Say it
should
one
know.
more time.
1 second. Just went ahead and posted in the chat so you guys could take a look at it.
Oh,
Ah. Hey, I have an idea. What doesn't breathe because it doesn't need air? What doesn't need air to breathe? Anything aquatic. As cold as death.
oh, fish.
Flat in mail. Yeah, a fish.
Okay, so the mouth at that begins to chime again, and recites the riddle, and then Kichi is like, "Okay, that one came from the left again."
And it was the left side pillar that we just did?
Yes.
Okay, well, why don't we just head down to the left side first and see what's there, and then we'll all just turn around and go the other way if there's nothing there.
Yeah,
We
we'll
have to
just
pick a
think about
side.
that last one before we.
Well, wasn't that the last one?
That was the
that
last
we
one,
didn't
yes.
get.
I'm sorry, you're talking at the same time.
We have one more that we didn't answer, and it's the one that we couldn't figure out. Everything else we answered.
I thought we tried to answer it again and it didn't do anything.
Well, apparently we didn't get it right. That's
I
what
wonder if we go back. I'm just wondering maybe if we try them both again. I don't know.
If we,
Try what both again?
The pair that we missed the one.
Okay. Does somebody want to give me an Arcana check?
let's have her do that.
Okay.
I got a 2.
All right.
So,
It magic.
yeah, that's a total of 5.
Ooh. Oh, boom. 22
Okay.
with my modifier.
So you are pretty certain, based upon what's happened, you only get one attempt at answering these, which would make sense for a trigger.
All right, well,
Well, let's go down the left hallway because we got all the left ones right. And we missed one of the right columns.
All the right ones left.
Yeah, let's go down the left hall. Right? Isn't that right?
I think we got all of them right except for that one.
Yeah, but isn't that one we missed, the left column of the hallway?
Well,
Or
yeah,
the right column of the hallway.
but it was on the south hallway, so theoretically we could find something in the other hallways. Right? No?
Possibly.
Don't know.
There was I forgot. I don't know. Let's just walk around and see what happens.
Let's go down that south hallway to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just realized something, Jerome. If we start hearing coming from the path in front of us, the riddles, it just dawned on me that at least most of them are it's the riddle contest between Bilbo and Gollum.
About half of them.
Yeah.
All right. So you go down to your left. Oops. Dogs are outside. Okay. So you walk down to the left. You go about 30 feet, and it looks like the hallway continues to go down. So to your left, further basically west at that point. but it also goes north now as well.
Is this the pathway that I saw that the skeletons came from?
You would think so, yes.
This is the direction that the skeletons originated from.
And in fact, when you look north, there's a small room where it looked like one may have originated from.
Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go in there, or do you want to go keep on going down the hallway?
Explore as we go. Poke your head in and see if there's anything in there of interest.
Why don't one of you guys look in there, because I have really bad eyes.
Okay. I'll
Check it
look.
out.
Okay, so
Blind.
everybody give me a, since you guys are poking around, give me perception checks.
Perception is what?
18.
Okay.
18 total.
14.
22.
Oh, nice. Mrs. Bad Eyes.
She's like, I see everything. My deity granted me true sight.
My deity, my fox deity. Here's my little
20,
fox face.
21.
Okay.
Can I stand on one card?
So you're kind of you're investigating the area, and the room doesn't really have anything to it per se. It looks like there may have been a place in the wall where for lack of a better term, the skeleton probably parked or remained, kind of indented a little bit.
Like a little alcove or something.
Outside of that, there's really nothing to this particular room. Outside of the fact that it looks there's another hallway in the room that goes immediately to the west as well. So it looks like it's a small room adjacent to the hallway that you guys just came from.
So do you guys want to just go down the main hallway some more then, or go down this little narrow hallway that goes the same direction? Which one? I'm cool with either.
Let's look in the little hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where are we here?
Because it's not very far. When you exit the main, you exit the room itself, you can see it's basically a T intersection with the hallway going south, which basically leads back to the hallway you came from. Basically, the main hallway you were just in looks like it would have turned and gone north anyways. And now that you're looking north, it looks like there's some stairs that go up. There's only about like 5 or 6, so it's not very high. And then the hallway continues.
So like a next level or something?
Mm-hmm.
You want to go up there?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. So you travel a little bit further down, literally just up the steps. And you end up, when you look, where the hallway continues going down, in a northern fashion. However, you've come to a spot in the hallway where if you look east, you can see the domed chamber that you came from. So you made not quite a circle, but you're kind of going around the
circle, and now we're looking down that hallway.
And then to the west, there is another door. There's actually a large door here. Hold on one second. Here we go. The door itself, it looks like it's very, very solid wood, perhaps a type of oak, but it's also been reinforced with iron bands. I mean, it's very, very sturdy, and you also see another riddle actually carved into it.
What's the riddle?
What does it say?
The riddle says, "No legs have I to dance, no lungs have I to breathe, no life have I to live or die, and yet I do all three. What am I?"
I know this one.
Has legs?
No. Says
No.
it has no legs.
Has
No lungs.
no
No
legs.
legs.
Breathes. He dances. And he breathes.
And he dies.
And he dies. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Fire.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen.
Except that maybe we can't hear it coming. Does everybody agree with my answer to the riddle?
That's what I would have guessed.
Can we just see if the door opens?
Sure. I mean, it's shut solid.
What happened?
It doesn't budge.
Dang it.
The way is shut. The dead keep it.
So does anybody want to give another Arcana check?
Sure. 9.
In other words, no.
Might as well roll that and see what you get.
I duplicated my first roll. I rolled another 18, which gives me a 22.
Okay.
I got 18.
Okay.
And I got a 6.
Woohoo! All right. So Derek, you recall in that letter that the guy indicated that some of the magical portals or riddles of some kind may require touch.
Oh.
Now, C just pushed up against it, and it obviously did nothing. If it's reciting, if you think the answer is fire, perhaps it needs to be touched by fire.
Let me see the torch. Let me see the torch. Touch it to the door.
Okay.
Fire.
So you touch it, and at that point you hear a snapping sound as a lock ends up releasing, and the door goes, and the door literally goes just a little bit, and looks like the seal has been broken.
I'm glad we didn't have to do that with that teeth one.
Well, Aaron, you get the biggest ones.
Yeah. The biggest mouth too.
Aaron, Nert, push it on the door now. It's unlocked. You're
Oh,
strong.
you want me to push on the door? Okay.
So he gives it a good shove. It does require a little bit of strength. The door clearly has not been opened in quite some time, but it does give way to a wretched kind of creaking noise. But the door comes open, and you are faced with another hallway and another door just past it.
Wow.
Oh, crap.
Can we see writing on this next door too?
No.
Oh, let's go check it out.
Should we block this door from being closed behind us? Would that be a good idea?
Sure.
Is the riddle on the inside of the door also?
No.
Just on the one side?
Uh-huh.
Let's go up to this next door. Oh, and sword out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready. I'm not going to be caught with my pants down, so to speak.
I think I'll walk. Shoot, you want me in the front? I can be in the front.
One thing that everybody here can notice
Side by
is now
side.
that this door is open, there's some heat emanating from down this hallway. Not like an oven per se, but it is markedly warmer than it had been outside.
Oh, one of my cousins lives down there.
Why don't you and I want you to go out
Doesn't smell
front.
like brimstone, does it?
What'd you say?
Doesn't smell like brimstone, does it?
No.
Oh, it's right here, so I can't find it.
All right, well, let's continue on walking down the hallway.
I think Nert and Durr, you two should be in front if it's hot.
Yeah, let's go dirt.
Ner and
Ner.
der.
Dirty nerdy.
Dirty nerdy.
All right.
Got a bromance going right now.
All of a sudden, Fat Bastard is joining the RPG.
We're slow walking.
Slow walking.
Let's go dirty and nerdy. Get in my belly. So the next door opens right up. There's no lock or anything to it. It looks like it could have a lock, but there isn't one currently. So you just pull on the lever. The door comes open. There's no ambient light whatsoever outside of the torch. But now you're hit with a nice, comfortable warmth. Almost as if you just walked into a well-heated home. It is very comfortable in here compared to the rest of the places you've been so far.
Oh, it's Tom Bombadil.
This is very strange.
Do I see anything in the room?
Whatever that means. The only thing that's in this room, well, there's two things of note. One, there is a desk at the far side to the north, and then there is what appears to be a passageway that goes down. That would have gone down, but it looks like that has been caved in.
I want to go check out that desk, see if there's any papers or stuff.
I'll
Does
come with
anybody wanna? Yeah. Does anybody wanna like bring the? Do we have enough light to see by? Is the torch getting low?
I have
Maybe I could
You're
do
fine.
my.
The torch is still good.
Okay. All right.
I'll come with you, honey.
Oh, thanks, baby. Okay, so we open up the drawers. Or
Okay, well,
look at
the drawer to the desk is locked.
Dang it. I almost chose a spell about unlocking stuff.
Knock.
Wait. Maybe I do.
Can I see mine? I think I have one too.
My second level allows me spells, but I don't know if we're doing that yet.
I'm not doing that yet.
Not as of yet.
I can probably use thaumaturgy to unlock it, can't I?
No.
Isn't it a minor miracle?
It is, but it's not used for like lock picking and whatnot. It's like opening doors or a gust of wind, dramatic effect stuff.
Okay.
I can't get the scene from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory out of my head now.
What scene is that?
At the very end, when they walk into the office and everything's half, and there's Willy Wonka is sitting at a desk that's like mounted on the wall, and it's just half the
Have a
desk.
desk.
Oh,
Well, I don't have any skills at lockpicking. You guys have like big swords and crap.
How about
Does
like a
anybody
short
wanna,
sword shoved into the lock?
Shove it in there. Wiggle it. Just a little bit.
however you guys want to do it. Right now, you're just inspecting the desk and noticing it's locked.
Well, let's see if we can find a key anywhere. So what else? Wait, it's just the desk is the only thing in the room? No,
That
like
is the only thing currently in the room.
Are there any papers on the desk?
No, there's not.
Are there any inkwells or stacks of paper or?
There may have been at some point in time, but there not is currently. I mean, the desk has some ink stains on it.
Is the desk dusty?
Yeah,
Yes.
is it?
Ask that. It's dusty.
Oh yeah.
Should we like feel underneath the desk for a hook or a key,
Okay, do that.
or
Sure.
maybe
Yeah,
pop
I mean, it's the underside of the desk. There's nothing else under it outside of
there's cobwebs up there.
well, there's no cobwebs. There's no insects that could have got down here.
Oh, okay. It just feels like there's no key.
What kind of a skill would
A good one.
lock picking fall under?
That would be
Persuasion.
yeah.
Please.
I want to say, I don't want to say maybe it's sleight of hand, but take a look.
No. Hmm.
Oops.
Investigation.
That's a charisma-based skill, so no. Sleight of hand is dexterity.
I have I have reasonably high charisma.
But that wouldn't be for lockpicking.
It's actually just a straight up dexterity check, but you need thieves' tools in order to do it. If you don't, you basically have disadvantage on the roll.
Well, you said that we could pick our tools, right?
I thought I could try using prestidigitation to create a lockpick.
Do I have?
Let me pull it up in here real quick.
Let me see.
What's included in the Dungeon or Explorer pack?
No, it's not in there, dear.
Obviously, it would be able to make
Prestidigitation. You can create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, such as a shower of sparks, a puff of
I'm
smoke,
looking at the last one on the list.
or faint musical note, or an odd odor. So basically, a fart. You can create a non-magical trinket or an illusory item that can fit in your hand and last until the end of next turn.
Stretch.
Yeah, I don't know if I would allow that.
Okay.
Well, that's the reason I'm asking is when you told us to make our person, you said that we could pick a set of tools. Like I picked, like, what is it called? Here. Herbalism kit as a healer. And he has thieves' tools, but for him.
I do.
Yeah, because we picked one of these.
Thieves' tools would definitely have lockpicks.
Well, yeah, that's what you would need to make this attempt.
Lockpick. Small file lockpicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you had that, and I had the herbalism kit.
Yeah, and I have artisan's tools.
So then we need you making a dexterity check.
That's D20, right?
It is a D20, yes. And then whatever bonus you have to your dexterity, you would add it.
He has a 2+. Okay.
Whoa. 10.
No, +2, 12.
12.
Okay. So you fidget with the lock. And it's, I mean, it's also old. So there's that problem. You end up snapping your thieves tool, the actual lockpick tool, in the drawer. So you will have to get that replaced. But in doing so, it actually jimmied the drawer open a little bit.
Open it, Aaron.
So I can probably just yank the drawer open the rest of the way, right?
Probably, yeah. With a good tug.
Should I roll on that?
If you want to put everything into it, sure. Go right on ahead.
I'm just gonna pull the drawer.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, you give it a tug or two, and it comes open most of the way. And when you do that, you actually hear a little bit of rattling inside the drawer because of that, and you end up finding a key that looks like that's the only thing that's inside this drawer, outside of more dust.
Let's take that.
Gonna reach the back of the. I don't know if that would do me any good.
He said that's the only thing in there, dear. We're done with the desk.
No, but is the back of the lock now exposed? But that wouldn't help me to get my lockpick set back.
Well, didn't it break?
Yeah.
It's broken.
Yeah,
it's broken.
Okay, well, let's get the key.
Wait, does this key go to the lock that it was just in? Because that doesn't make any sense.
That would be a little self-defeating, but it doesn't appear so. No.
All right. Well,
The key itself looks more like a door lock, not like a
Is a
a
larger
small
size
little
key?
chest lock or something.
It's a
Isn't there,
large key then.
isn't there a door at the end of this room?
There is not.
What's the key made out of? Is it brass or metal of some kind?
It is made of iron.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
Didn't you say there was another doorway or a hallway or something in here?
No, there is not.
This is a dead end room.
At one point in time there was a
And the stairs
hallway
went down.
that went down. Yes, but that has all been caved in.
I'm gonna go over there and see if I feel the heat coming from there.
Yeah, you do.
Is
All
there
right.
any
Well, let's go.
distinctive smells to it? Like,
Nope.
Does it smell like fire? Does it smell like lava? Someone's
Should we
just
try,
got someone's got the heater on.
Should we see if any of the rocks move in the cave in? Is it like a few rocks, or is it like
A cave in. Right?
landslide cave in?
No, this is a complete cave in. So you would need several individuals down here with dungeoneering equipment if you're going to try to excavate. I mean, you would literally need a team of people to do that.
All right.
Nope.
Let's go back down to the other hallway.
Let's go find a door with a key with a lock on it to use this key on.
Yeah. okay.
Hey, question, Jerome.
Answer?
It says, and I'm just curious, at second level you adopt a style of fighting as your specialty. Now, part of that sounds like through my experience in first level, I'm honing my skills and now it's there. Is this still something that I would have to be trained on?
Yes.
Okay.
Good luck finding your blood hunter trainer.
I'm sure there's connections somewhere.
So exiting back out of the room and coming back out into the main hallway in which you have solved the riddle for the door of fire, we'll call it that. You can go back into the main domed center in which you came, and follow that hallway down. Or you can continue going north, or you can go back down south to the hallway you had been previously.
Let's go to the previous one. Let's finish up that one then.
Okay.
So going north or south?
What-
You came from
What
the
do you mean?
south.
Like we went in to the south one first. We found our way in, went into that side room, and then we found our way back up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're coming back out, and then we're going to continue down that one that we went when we were going south, correct?
You're not going south at this point.
But we're heading east from the south hallway, wasn't
No,
it?
you're not.
West from the south hallway.
East, there is a hallway that goes east, and that leads right back to the domed chamber you guys came into.
That's fine. Let's go back that way because
So
it wasn't going
that led north then?
There's a hallway that continues going north from right where you're at, where this door is. And the door went to the west.
So let's go north then, continuing on that way.
Okay.
Aaron, can you please draw a map? Because I'm lost. Use your pencil right there.
You know what sucks? Ruptured discs.
I'll
Yeah,
take
that-
your word for it.
I found out I had one of those. Or I have one of those.
Yay! No, not fun.
That's not a good prize.
No.
No way. All right.
It's my birthday present to myself.
So going north, although there's no steps, this part of the hallway kind of matches where you came from, south. So you end up, when you walk up about 30 more feet, you see that it breaks off again into a smaller chamber. Very similar to where the skeletons were, but of course this is the northern part. But from here,
Is this what the rules were?
let me finish. So
Sorry.
from here, You end up seeing the remains of people, presumably that may have taken refuge here or probably ran here to some extent or whatnot, but they're like very, very old bodies. And it looks like, I mean, they've been eaten on at this point, so it's hard to say how they actually died. But ultimately there are corpses here, and your torch is catching a little bit of glint amongst the aged and deceased bodies.
Okay, let's go and see
My interest.
if there's anything, interesting on these bodies.
So we are doing our first loot the bodies.
Yes, we are.
All right.
I can't help but pocket trinkets and goodies.
Okay, so I need everybody to give me an investigation check.
21.
Okay.
13. Lucky number 13. I'll go
20.
with anything.
I got 20.
Okay.
16.
Okay. All right, so you come up with, and somebody may want to write this down.
You write it down.
Somebody act as the group's treasurer.
Aaron is the treasurer.
I'm
Okay.
the dragon that holds all the gold, so
Okay. So you find 4 gold pieces. You find 3 silver pieces.
okay.
And then 13 copper pieces.
No fancy rings with scripty writing on it.
What's that?
No fancy rings with scripty writing.
No, nothing like that.
One
You-
ring for them all.
You can tell, however, the printing, the printing that are on the coins they don't match anything that's usually stamped for Karakonan.
So they're old.
Really old.
What's that?
I want to try and read the coins.
Okay.
When we're looking at them, I got a 7. I just rolled 17 for history.
Okay.
Is this
Would
something
history
that
be one?
Yeah, you're coming up nothing here. It doesn't. Nothing matches.
Wait.
are there any pictures on it?
I mean,
Like a face?
there's a head, but if you look at like old Roman coins or whatnot, we only know that was Julius Caesar or whatever Caesar because we have history to reflect off of. I mean, you see a head, or something.
Head, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, this is probably somebody important, but who the hell knows who that is?
I got a 19.
You are looking at the coins, and hold on a second. Here we go.
A dragon whose mouth wears glasses.
He swallowed a dude. Can't see very well.
And this is primarily stamped on the gold coins. You see the phrase Denipenix. DENEPENIX.
To make
DENEPENIX.
Uh-huh.
Does that name ring a bell?
No, not at all.
Wow.
Okay.
And just in case, there's a spelling of the word in the chat.
Okay, well, maybe an appraiser or a historian would be interested in seeing this.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise they're gold coins. They're going to spin the same.
I mean, that's true, but before we spend them, let's see if anybody I mean, they could be valuable beyond their monetary.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. But you can tell that this is kind of like a little room, very similar to what you saw before. And it sits at the corner. So if you had continued going north and bypass this, the hallway's just going to turn and force you to go east.
All right.
Let's follow it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Continue.
So you continue going. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 50 to 70 feet from, depending upon where you exited that room. You are now looking at, when you look south, you are now looking at that domed chamber again.
Oh.
And the hallway continues going east.
So we are in the north hallway.
From the domed chamber, yes.
So let's continue going east then.
So it looks like what you're doing is kind of making a square kind of around the...
Like it's around like this, but then up here it kind of goes out, down, back in.
Kind of like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you continue going east, and this, if you keep going east, you're going to have to end up going south, and you find another room just at where the corner intersection, very similar to the other two that you found, and there are also bodies here as well. So it looks like this is probably where the ghouls had been camped out and where they probably brought their prey. Should anything have befallen, so you see more individuals down here as well, in various states of decay.
Let's go search those bodies.
Okay, everybody, give me another investigation check. And Kari, would you like to roll for your husband?
Sure.
19.
I'm still looking at one of the other coins, or my finger bones. I didn't fumble.
Okay.
Aaron has 21.
Oh, nice.
And I have 14.
Okay.
But I rolled a 2, which gives me a 4, I think.
So, Nerd ends up finding, as you guys are rummaging through the bodies and whatnot, you end up finding some sort of pink rhomboid stone.
Right, pink rhomboid stone.
And as you guys rummage the corpses, you find an additional 1 gold piece. Seven silver pieces. $17 copper.
17.
Yes.
What? 17 copper?
Uh-huh.
Do these coins look the same as the other ones?
Yes.
What did you say the first thing was? A pink stone?
A
rhomboid.
Pink rhomboid stone.
A what rhomboid?
Yes.
Pink.
Okay.
And at this point, the hallway goes south.
Have we found anything that makes any sense to what was like glass breaking in all of this stuff?
Nope. And it wasn't really glass breaking.
Oh.
It was just like something falling or opening, kind of.
More like if you were to have glasses in a, I don't want to say vending machine, but like, more of a sound of like a waitress or a server taking glasses away from a table, and how they usually have them in like a cart or something.
like glass rattling together.
Yes.
Like clinking, tinkling sound. Okay.
But we haven't seen anything.
No.
Okay. Well, continue going. Now we're going south, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've looked in that room. Is there anything coming off of that that goes anywhere other than south?
Nope. Okay.
So
So you go south, and again, you wind up going 3, 4, 5, 6. So roughly about 60 feet again. And then the hallway splits again. It'll continue going south, and there's some stairs going down. And again, it's only like maybe 5, so it's not like, a long distance. To the west is a hallway that leads into the domed chamber in which you entered. And then to your east, you find another locked door.
writing.
And when you end up getting close to the door, you can actually tell it is. Hold on a second. It's a little bit colder here, and this door has etching on it as well. It's built in a very similar fashion as the door that you saw before.
The fire door.
Right. And it also has etching of a riddle on it.
What does this riddle say?
Okay. A precious stone, clear as a diamond. Seek it out whilst the sun's near the horizon. Though you can walk on water with its power, try to keep it, and it will vanish within the hour.
Ice.
Ice.
Ding, 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 ding. Ding, 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 ding. Again, nothing happens.
Does anybody have a way to make ice?
Was it snowing outside? Was it cold weather? Were we in winter?
It's colder in this area, right?
It is a little bit colder in this area, yes.
Should we look for like?
I'm gonna take one of our torches. No, let's see. What can I use?
How about just like a rock on the ground?
Yeah, is there like pebbles or rocks on the ground?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick up a rock and
Okay.
use prestidigitation to chill it.
Okay. So it rapidly gets cold within your hand, and it's one of those situations where it's like you have to kind of play hot potato with it a little bit because it's,
I'm gonna shove that up
make
at
you
the door.
uncomfortably cold. And when you do, you hear it, and the door breaks its seal just a little.
I dropped the rock.
Okay.
Drop it like it's cold. Drop it like it's cold. Oh.
Right.
All right, let's.
Shauna? Oh.
Okay. So you open the door, and the exact opposite of the other hallway. And when you open the door, it's getting more cold. But there is another door at the other end of the hallway. It doesn't appear to have. It has the ability to lock, but it does not appear to be. And the hallway is maybe 30 feet down, so it's not really a long jaunt.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay. So,
Leroy Jenkins.
so you just barge through the door?
No.
No, when we get there, we stop. I'll go in there together.
So who's going in first?
I'll go. I'm
Okay.
not afraid, Bridgekeeper.
So when you open the door, it's very much like walking into a super freezer. So not like a restaurant freezer, which you could probably walk into and it's gonna be chilly, probably throw on extra clothing or whatnot. This is like walking into something and going like, oh my God.
You're
Frozen-
walking outside. You're walking outside the igloo in Antarctica without a coat on,
Yeah, it's very, very cold.
and the wind is blowing. Huh.
Are you,
But when you walk in and your torch is kind of illuminating, it looks like this room was probably, given the fact that it's very cold, it looks like you're actually walking into a freezer. You can see the remains of what appear to be butchered animals in various state of like freezer burn. Like cows' heads and pig haunches that are still possibly intact. There is a small wooden chest that's in the room. There's a couple of tables or whatnot but there's no drawers or anything to them. They're probably used for bringing in meat, butchering it, and hanging it up of some kind.
How big is this wooden box?
Let's see. It's small. Yeah, not very big. Think probably a little smaller than a box that you would pick up shoes in.
So shoebox-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it have a keyhole in it? Should we try our key?
It does, yes.
Can it just? I'm gonna try to just open it first. Will it open?
Nope.
Nope. Okay, try.
And it's actually very cold too. So when you pick it up, it's
Ah!
a little uncomfortable to hold on to. You can still do it. It's just it doesn't feel comfortable.
Okay.
He's putting the key in the lock.
Okay. It pops right open. And in fact, when you do, the box just kind of collapses into base material components at that point because it's just that old. And you end up hearing a chime as something hits the ground and gives kind of a ding, 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 ding.
What just fell?
Let's find out. Let's look around. You guys see anything?
We're all watching. I mean,
what's within the
when you basically move the pieces of the chest and rubbish and whatnot that's on the floor, you see that there is a ring, and it looks like the ring itself is made of ice.
Is this one of those rings we've been looking for?
Oh wait, we're not looking for that. But you mean the rings that the king's looking
The
for?
rings of power.
Items of power, not rings of power.
The items of power.
One of which was a ring. Yes.
Hmm.
Maybe we should.
Let's not take the ring out of the freezer.
No, wait.
Maybe
Quinn, you should look at it and see if you can figure out anything.
it looks like it's made of ice.
I can put it in something that will stay cold for an hour at a time. But if it takes longer than that, I would have to redo the spell.
I'm thinking, and I'm like, what might this be? I rolled a 20, thinking Arcana,
Okay.
which effectively gives me a 24, and if I back it up with a
Well, you wouldn't back that. Yeah, you wouldn't back up those types of rolls.
but no, so I'm like, hey, I've read of these things, kind of thing.
It's a
Maybe.
good bet that this is a magical ring. It's definitely something you've never heard of. But the fact that it's made out of ice, it's a good indicator that it's going to need to be kept in a very cold environment.
What do you think? Do we want to chance it?
I want to put it on. Because if this is one of those rings that if it does have something to that effect, then it perchance might give us protection against the cold.
I mean, if you want to,
This would be a perfect place to check it out. If I slid it on and now the cold doesn't bother me.
and if it freezes your finger off, you got a friend who can fix that for you.
You've got a friend in me.
So you just slip the ring on real quick.
On my offhand.
All right. So the immediate effect that you end up feeling, you were no longer affected by the coldness of the room. Like it got comfortable immediately. You're like, oh, hey, this isn't bad at all.
Like touch the floor.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're like, nah.
I think it's some sort of ring against like freeze or cold potential or cold damage. I'm fine.
But then do you have to stay in here? Or is it going to melt if we take it back into the hall? Walk back outside and see if
It starts to melt or not.
it starts to melt.
Yeah.
I'll just walk outside in the hallway a little bit.
Okay. You walk out into the hallway. I mean, it's nowhere near as cold, where you're at this point.
Right.
Does the ring seem to be warming up at all?
Or
How long
melting.
do you stand there?
I'm standing there, as long as I am right now, and I'm grabbing it too. Does it start to does it feel like it's melting?
Within about the first minute of where you're standing, the ring gets a little bit looser.
Do I notice like my fingers wet as it slides back and forth a little bit?
Not because again, the temperature outside is, it's not freezing level, but it's not exactly, warm either. So you're getting kind of you're basically getting swamp finger.
Well, you know what I think?
You're getting a
I think
moist
he should
finger.
come back in here.
You think what?
I think he should come back in here and we should leave the ring in here. That once we find something that can contain it, then we come back for it.
Absolutely.
I could probably just tear off a piece of something, or
I have pouches because I'm an herbalist too.
yeah, a pouch would do it.
Okay.
A magic pouch.
It's just a
I mean,
pouch
it's
for
magic
collecting
yet.
Is there debris in this room?
A little bit, yeah.
How about we just stick it underneath something?
hide
Something
it.
nondescript. We put it in a pouch, it's going to be noticed.
No, she has the ability to make things
I'm
really cold.
gonna hold the pouch and use prestidigitation to chill it.
Okay.
And then hand it over to him.
So you now have a frozen pouch.
Let's start walking around. How long does that thing last?
It lasts for an hour before I would have to do it again.
All right, let's go look.
What else are you looking for?
Nothing else in this room. This room is a dead end.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
leave that room.
this
down the
this is
hallway.
literally like a frozen storage unit
Yeah.
powered
We
by
leave them
some
down the
magic
hallway.
of some kind.
Permanency. Cold.
Yeah,
do
super
we-
super useful for keeping frozen food and whatnot.
Do we want to look around here anymore, or are we? I mean, it's just a larder, right?
Well, I'm good with leaving this room. I meant let's just keep on going down the hallway. Like,
Yeah.
let's leave.
Okay.
Okay.
So going down to the south and going down the stairway, you eventually see the exact opposite of what you saw before, where it looks like the other Minotaur skeleton had been housed. temporarily, and there's another side room. But the hallway continues going south until it eventually goes back west.
So have we come around full circle now?
Not quite, no.
Okay, so let's
But you
continue.
can see. I mean, you can see if you start going west, you can see where it opens up where you came in at.
So let's keep going south.
Shouldn't
then.
we go into that side room though? Because couldn't it have an alcove room just like the other Minotaur room did?
We said we glanced in there and there's nothing in there, right?
Yeah, no, there's nothing really of any worth. It looks like this was just primarily as the starting point for whatever reason. You know, the Minotaur skeletons, you know, as guardians. This is basically where they were programmed to park by whoever created them.
All right.
All right, let's go back down the hallway then.
So,
Where we
and
were.
you start going west, and you eventually get to the part where you guys were trying to figure out where that glass clank sound was coming from.
So have we gone down every hallway now?
Yes.
We didn't miss anything?
We're missing something.
Have we been down all the hallways since we've like have we made a full loop back to the
Yep.
stuff that's maybe possibly changed since we done the riddles?
There's nothing changed that you can tell.
Hmm.
I wonder
What
if it's
do you guys think resets the riddles? What if
I don't know.
we climbed out and then came back down? Would that like reset the chamber?
Perhaps, and I mean, I don't know.
Because we know the answer to the riddles, but we missed one.
Except one. Yeah.
we don't know if we
Oh,
know that.
right.
Well, but if we want to take this ring somewhere, I'm gonna have to redo that spell every hour. So I'd prefer to not spend the night and wake up every hour to reset it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Let's roll out.
So we're not concerned about that glass noise or whatever that was?
Well,
I am. What was it? I mean,
Where-
we,
we should look.
what was it? I mean, we looked all over. The only place that we didn't look was down the crumbled hallway, the staircase, right? That's literally the only place that we have not looked. Am I correct?
Yeah, because you can't look there.
Right. But everywhere else, we've gone through and opened every door, and we've looked in every room, every alcove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Kiichi is like looking around. And he's like, "Well, I mean, I know I heard something from like right here at this spot." You guys are like right
Yeah.
there at that.
As did I.
intersection.
I'm gonna do an Arcana check,
Hold the torch up.
Yeah,
and
let's look at the ceiling.
total of 20.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. So there's nothing peculiar about the ceiling. It's, you know, obviously high enough to accommodate the larger statures of the Minotaur skeletons. But outside of that, it's finely detailed rock, but there's no like paintings or anything of that nature.
looking on the ground. Is there any broken glass, or is there any glass, like anything?
No.
Crystal?
Why doesn't everybody give me an investigation check at this point?
17.
How about them rolls there, Brittany?
20.
Really good.
So what'd you get, Kari?
20.
Okay. What'd you get, Aaron?
8.
8?
8.
Okay.
17.
Okay. All right, so Kari, I mean, everybody at this point is taking a closer look at just about everything. You're either scuffing the ground, you're tapping walls, you're just doing anything that you can, you know, or maybe walking back and forth the breadth of the hallway, you know, trying to find anything like, you know, a magical lever or something you guys missed. And in your frustration, Kari, just a huff. You're like, because you've had it, you don't know what's going on, you just lean up against one of the walls and it gives, and you fall straight
Nice.
through. Basically, like it spins on its axis, and you go. Vroom, it's like almost a Scooby-Doo effect. Like you're there, and then vroom.
We turn around and we're like,
Where'd Kari go? Oh, where did
We hear her yell, "Zoinks!"
See.
see?
Yep.
But
But thankfully, the door is still open. It's not like she just vanishes. It just
Like one of my
vanishes
foot is
temporarily.
through there.
So, Kari, when you fall through and you stumble into, it's not a very big room, but the room itself looks like it has a wide array of outdoor clothing, such as cloaks, capes, hats, gloves, and boots, all of which appear to be in halfway decent condition still, despite their age. And you see a small rack, and emphasis on small. It's like maybe yay big. And there's a couple vials, glass vials that are in there.
Mm.
There's a slot of 4, and only 3 of them are occupied.
Occupied with what? Liquids?
Some sort of glass vial with some sort of liquid in it.
Hmm.
so this would be the tinkling sound we heard.
Maybe.
oh,
Hmm.
Like, was one thrown down on the ground as if it was?
No. There's 4 vials. Just only one is empty.
Right, but yeah, if that one is it empty or missing?
Empty. It's there. It's just empty.
It's a rack. It's a rack of 4 vials, or I should say, it's a rack that fits 4 vials. Only 3 are occupied in that rack.
so there
one
are
vial is missing.
vials and one empty spot.
Uh-huh.
Can we tell where they came from?
Do they all contain the same color or similar looking substance?
Well, let's take a look. As you guys are looking at the 3 potions,
Oh, they're potions.
well, they're obviously something. I mean, it would seem kind of silly to stick alcohol in vials like this. I mean, I guess you could, but
They're mini bottles.
Yeah, they're mini bottles.
okay. So
They probably charge you through the nose for those.
They do. That's what I hear. Anyway,
I think that
you
would
didn't
hurt.
get that one. You didn't get that one. did you?
okay, all 3 have differing colors of liquid.
Hmm.
Now, is this rack, is it attached to something, or is there any
No.
mechanisms
No,
or
no, no.
anything like that?
It's just on a shelf. This is basically a utility closet of some kind.
I have a spell that I could do. I could pick between the two, I guess. I could either do detect evil and good or detect poison and disease. Would we want to do either of those? Because I could do that group. What do you think?
Are there any markings on it?
Oh yeah, are there any
Vials?
markings on the vials?
There are none.
Hmm.
The only other thing special about them is they do not appear to have any sort of dust on them.
What about the clothing? Does it have dust on it?
A little, but not much.
Why don't we check through the clothing first? Let's do a
Yeah.
rifle pocket
Some stuff.
and the boots.
Let's
Dump
checking
it.
that stuff out, and I'll be over fashion shopping
Okay.
while they're checking all that stuff out.
Okay, so everything here by design looks very similar in a uniform sense. So, the cloaks are made from the same material, same pattern, design, color, as are the hats, gloves, and boots. Like if you were to wear them, you would be matching, in some form. They would all go together.
You just went into a coat room in one of the houses at Hogwarts then.
Kind of. Give me another investigation check.
Ooh, 16 plus 18.
Okay.
I have 16.
14.
19.
Okay. What'd you get, Derek?
18.
Okay. Brittany, as you guys are kind of looking at the clothing and kind of investigating it, the first thing you note is the reason why it's probably not as dirty or dusty in here is because that door is obviously secret, and which meant it probably kept out most of the elements. So whatever happened likely didn't really affect anything in here all that much. So while it's old and worn, it's not really old. It's not really that far out of place what you would normally see for clothing. So it was fairly well preserved. You do find, however, a pair of boots that don't really match the others. They are made of a little bit finer print.
A little bit what print?
Finer print.
Like better
Like-
material.
Footprint?
Yes, it has a better footprint. What that is like, I don't honestly know, but yes, it has a better
I
footprint.
mean, like, the pattern on the sole is more sophisticated. I don't know.
Can I use any of my knowledge of potions and stuff to decipher what's in the vials? With what I know in my
That's a good question. You could make Arcana checks.
I've got alchemist supplies.
Okay, then you should definitely roll 2 to check because
Do I have anything in my alchemist kit that would, take a drop of this out, detect poison or caustic?
You definitely have something that would allow you to detect certain types of poisons. It's not going to help with it being magical or not, but you could definitely check to make sure it's not poison.
my
Right.
Arcana, I got 19, then plus 1 from my modifier, so I got 20.
Okay. So the first potion that you look at, given the coloring and if you had to guess, and you think you took a pretty educated guess, you think this, based upon the, I don't want to say construction, but the concoction, you think maybe it's a potion of flying.
Me
Flying?
or her?
Flying?
No,
Me.
her. She's doing an
Flying?
Arcana check.
Is it with an F? Flying?
Flying, yes, as in like fly away.
Yeah, like
Flying potion. Oh. Okay. Well, these vials have lids.
Yes, they do.
Good. Okay.
Oh, that
Little
makes it a
quirks.
lot easier.
I'm checking.
Yeah, nothing comes up poisonous.
Well, I think we should take some of these clothes. If anybody has crappy clothes like me, I'm gonna probably take one of these cloaks and maybe those boots if nobody else wants them. And I think we should take these potions with us.
Detect magic?
What?
Can either one of you detect magic? Detect
Oh.
enchantments on these things?
It would be a
Let's see.
spell.
Mm-mm.
I can. I can just detect. Oh yeah, I can detect magic. It says detect magic. I didn't even see that one. Let's detect some magic.
So what are you going to detect magic on?
The whole
Isn't
room.
it,
Well,
isn't
you
it,
go-
is it an area effect?
No, it's actually it's like per item.
Is
Oh,
it really?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember it used to be an area effect. Because you'd
Let's
say
see what
detect, and you're like, oh, that's glowing. That's the way I've always heard it.
What do you think this is a video game?
Hold on a second.
What
What
do
do
you
you
say,
think this is? What do you think this is? A video game?
based on the books?
Oh no, I'm thinking identify. No, detect magic. It will let you know if there's anything magical within 30 feet of you. So you'll know
Yeah.
if something's magical. That's about it. It won't tell you what it is.
It doesn't tell you the degree. It doesn't tell you what it does. It just says it's like it glows with an aura.
Yes.
All right, I'm detecting. I'm doing detect magic
Okay.
as an action.
Poof. So the vials all come up as magical, as does the boots.
Oh, the boots are magical.
And oddly enough, as Kichi is standing there, so does the spear.
Ooh.
And so do I.
Why would you come up magical?
My armor?
Oh well, yeah. But
Okay.
I'm only pointing to things that people might not already know.
So what?
You already
so
know
what
that.
about his spear and what? And him?
No, the spear and the boots.
And you said, what about Kichi?
The spear that he's holding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said like Kichi and the boot and the spear, and I'm like,
Oh no.
Okay, so I want to put the boots on and see what happens. Putting the boots
You
on.
guys are super trusting. I like this.
I don't have a way to tell if it's going to hurt me.
Nope.
Yep. So it's just a taste test,
Yep.
in essence. All right, hold on one second.
You know what? Maybe somebody else will try these on so I can feel them.
Well, I mean, you go ahead and slide them on.
All right, I did it.
I'll hold your hand.
You don't notice anything. You don't notice anything in particular outside of the fact they're probably a little bit more comfy than what you had.
Okay.
try to move.
Jump.
Okay, I walk around.
Okay.
Anything happen?
Try a layup.
You don't hear her walking.
Oh.
Oh, silent boots.
Do a tap dance.
Okay, she can't really dance, so she's just kind of like stomping on the ground as best as she can, and you don't hear her. You hear her kind of moving, but you don't hear her footsteps at all.
Sneaky.
You know, I might not be the best one for this because just so you guys know, I'm super, super not stealthy. Or maybe that means I should wear them
Mm-hmm.
because my dexterity is 10.
It's average.
Pretty crappy.
You are as stealthy as I am wise.
Oh.
I am strong.
Well, if I think somebody who's really high in dexterity should wear these. It's really stealthy, like maybe our Ranger, because your dexterity is 17 with your modifier.
Wow. Well, not with this modifier. Your dexterity is what your dexterity is.
Right.
It's
Just
15.
when you roll, then you add the modifier.
He's
That's
15,
what
and then he's proficient in his dexterity too, so then it adds +4 for other things. So that might be a good idea to have you wear those.
Sure.
I take off the boots.
Okay.
He wears the boots.
You want the boots? We can trade the boots.
I mean, and I'm not arguing the fact that I'm actually faster and more dexterous. But that would bring him above me, and that's fine.
Bring him above you.
Can we just
Trade off.
somebody wears them, and then if one of us needs them, they can wear them? The boots of silence.
The Sisterhood of the Traveling Boots.
Would Mr. Clawed Feet be able to wear them?
Yes.
Okay.
They're magic boots. They shrink to fit the size of the wearer.
Nice.
Yeah, they
I don't
definitely
think-
don't shrink to fit the size of the wearer.
They wouldn't be shrinking for your feet.
Maybe I'm a different type of dragon with tiny little feet.
You're a geisha dragon. You've trained your feet to be cramped in little shoes. Yeah.
Okay, so back to these potions.
Should we just
Anybody want to try them, or should we just take them with us and ask somebody about?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
Not taking them with us.
Oh, I'll put them in my herbal pouch. I have many pouches.
In my brief, I'm not a mage, but you know what? I've done a little bit of reading, and I've heard stories. There's legend of a guy that took a couple potions that may have done what they supposedly did, but there were some side effects.
Well, I won't put them in my mouth, but I'll put the. Can I take the rack? Can I take the rack off the wall?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put the rack in my pouch because
Sure.
I have. Keep them
Okay.
from
I mean, you have to
jiggling
put
so
it in
much.
a backpack. It's big enough for that, but you still can. You can secure
I'll put
them.
it on my backpack. I'll come in with it.
Okay.
Well, if there was a hidden wall on just this one hallway, should we just check another hallway and lean against the walls just to see if there's another one on any of the other hallways? Because when he was standing here,
He heard something on the other side, too.
yeah, he heard something from the other direction.
Let's go check it out.
Okay. Since you're able to find the one, it takes a little bit, but you're able to find the action to the other secret door, which opens up, and it's another similar. It's actually almost an identical room. Another
Do you guys
closet
just
with
want
clothing.
me to cast magic again?
There is another rack in here, but this one has 4 vials.
And it's full?
Yes.
Okay, I take out the rack that I took from the other room and I hold it up. Do the potions, each color and stuff, match each other?
I'm checking.
Except for the one that's missing. Or empty, or whatever. That's right.
And the last one. Oh, cool. Okay. There are, in this one, you have 4 vials, 2 of which match one of the vials from the other.
So, like, there's a blue vial from the other room, from the first room, and there's 2 blue vials in this
Right.
room.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not blue, but
Right, yeah. See, same difference. You get what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down.
and everything else is a standalone.
Let's
Yes.
slide this whole table over. I'll stand up. Okay. You guys want me to cast magic and see if there's anything else magical in here?
Well, you would have been able to see.
Oh, it just stays with me for a certain amount of time?
Well, didn't you already cast it when you first came in this room?
No,
Not
I
this room,
cast
no,
it
the
in
other room.
Is there cloaks in this one too?
Yeah.
Okay, I cast magic. Does anything happen?
I believe you've already used that spell for the day.
Oh, that's right. I'm first level.
Anything seem out of the ordinary, standoffish, anything else like that?
New.
Is there any boots?
I mean, there's boots here, not like the other ones that you found, but there are boots here. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Do they have
all traveling gear of some kind.
All right.
I'm gonna take the other vials and put them with the first vials in my backpack.
Okay. Sounds good.
Everybody comfortable with what we've got going on here?
Yeah. Who has the pink stone?
Treasure man.
Oh, you have it. Does anything happen when we bring the stone out with the things that we've got from this room?
No.
So, team, we have to make a decision. Are we going to leave the cold ring in the cold room, or is she going to have to do this 1 hour spell for the rest of her life until we find a way to keep it cold?
You can move to the ice wall. Or we can sell it.
I think it's. I don't know.
Yeah, we could just like keep it good and then take it to the king.
It might be this might be one of the items of power that he's referring to, but
Yeah. Does anyone know what the items are supposed to do?
Oh yeah, what is the purpose of getting the items again? I forgot.
Makes you ruler of the kingdom.
Oh, do you want to rule the kingdom? Because I don't want to rule the kingdom.
Well, not if it means that I have to stay in the cold.
that doesn't matter. It's nice in there.
That's true, but it's kind of lonely.
You could have abominable snowmen for your company.
Yeah.
Ice dragons.
Yeah. Ice dragons.
So
Whites aren't
what's the decision? What is everybody going to do at this point?
Did we check all the walls for any more hidden rooms?
Like each corresponding,
Oh yeah, if that's what you're doing, you're taking that much time. That's going to take a while, but you can, and you only find those two.
Okay.
Oh yeah, maybe only in the main chamber, not in every possible passageway.
I think we should take the ring to the town and sell it.
Yeah, I think we found the answer to our original question about that inkling sound.
Okay.
When she
Anyone?
was moving the miles around, did it sound like the same thing?
Yeah.
Can I ask another question? Is our king good? Like, do we want to support and help him, or is he a bad guy? Because I don't remember.
Those are all great questions, and you may not have paid close attention.
Crap! Do you guys pay close attention when we were talking about that
I'm
stuff?
not from here. I don't know much about our king.
You guys don't have a king.
Oh, that's right.
He's one of those like stand-ins, right?
Stewart.
Stewart.
Stewart, yeah.
Stewart.
Stewart! Look at how you do.
Or if you watch Letterkenny, Stewart.
What do you think, Aaron?
I think we've might as well blow this pop stand.
Gotten all that you can get and heading out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make like a baby and head out.
Okay, so
Baby.
It takes a bit to climb back out. You know, 'cause
Let's
it's all-
just assume that I keep the ice ring cold. Every
Yeah. Every hour.
you climb up to the top, you know, and eventually everybody pulls themselves up out of the hole. And as you do, by the time the last person's getting out, rainfall is coming down. Storm clouds have come in, and it is getting much, much colder out with the rain drizzling down. Thankfully, you're not, because you're in a deep part of the forest. You're not getting rained on directly, but when you exit the forest heading back to Four Towers, there is going to be a good part of that trip you're going to be open to exposure. So you can try and stay within the confines of the woods if you would like, or you can go ahead and trudge on and try and get back.
What time of day is it?
It's still technically daylight out, but it's gloomy and overcast, so it's kind of hard to say from that estimate.
It's
So
only 7 to 10 miles back to town.
it took us
Right.
what, about half a day? Or a third of a day to get home? Or to get out here?
Yeah,
Yes.
it took till the mid-morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I say we head back. I want
So-
some warm gruel and not cold gruel.
I mean, I could warm up your gruel, but
That's true. You could warm up my gruel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say warm up her ghoul?
Gruel.
no ghouls, thank you.
Yeah.
Pass on the ghouls.
All right.
Got a ghoul sandwich with durum meat in the middle.
Yep. Hold the bum.
Yeah.
No bumps,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah, that was not an experience I'd like to relive.
So
I'm fine heading back. I don't
Okay.
want to.
I don't want to stay here.
I don't want to stay in the woods.
We're gonna get on out of here.
Have a sandwich.
Don't get out of here.
yeah. So the rest of you start trudging on, making your way out of the woods, and of course, as soon as you clear it, the rain coming down is cold enough that the particulates are partly frozen. So it's going to be chilly out, and you're going to be soaked. But mostly open land coming out from the Darkwood Forest. You do end up hearing at one point wildlife nearby, but given the rain and the storm front that is coming in, it doesn't seem that they're making any sort of aggressive efforts towards you. If you had to guess, it sounded possibly like wild boar of some kind, so they're probably hunkering down somewhere to get out of the weather. You end up making it back to Four Tower.
Four Towers, yeah.
Yeah, Four Tower.
Mhm.
You end up making it back to that little intersection of the kingdom as the last vestiges of light has died for the day. So the only illumination really coming at this point are torches that are attached to the buildings nearby that are on overhangs or something that are providing some sort of light. But otherwise, nobody is outside. The weather is absolutely terrible. You guys are soaked through the bone as everybody eventually makes it in to the inn. Oops. Open up email box.
Like the top one start going down.
Not literally, but I'm really fancying just crawling into the fireplace.
So you end up making it back to the Moorland Magpie Inn. It's a little bit busier than normal because it's cold out, and so most people can't entertain themselves outside. So they're entertaining themselves inside. And the liveliness that's going on, there is a faint smell of urine, as certain individuals have perhaps not held their liquor quite as well, perhaps laughed a little bit too much. There is somebody playing. They're not too adept, but the drunkards don't seem to really care because they're going with it. But thankfully, it is much warmer in here than it is outside.
Is there like a mayor of this town or anything?
No.
Is there an old sage or like an old woman, crone, anything along those lines?
Not here, no. Nothing like
No?
that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you're looking for something of that nature, you're probably going to have to head back to BL first.
I'm just curious to see like somebody that's been around for a long time.
Well,
You know.
define been around for a long time. Are you just looking for somebody old? Yes, there's people that are old here.
Well, isn't there like either that or older races too? That hey, if we
What specifically are you hoping to do with somebody who's old?
you keep my fetishes out of this. No, I wanted to. Like,
You're looking for somebody who knows history?
Denapennix, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Denapennix.
Yeah, your best bet would be to go back to BL first
Okay.
for something of that nature, because
No,
at least you have,
I'm like,
because at least there's the college and there's other individuals in town, because it's more of a central hub. This is just more of a small little trading port.
I'm going to catch the innkeeper and ask if he has an ice box.
Icebox.
Or something that a cold storage.
Well, I mean, we've got the
Which one?
basement.
How cold does it get there?
It's a really odd request. Why do you ask?
I have something I would like to keep cold.
You have some insulin you need to keep cold.
A longer for overnight until I can attend to it again.
Oh, do you mind showing me what it is that you're
I would
wanting
prefer
me
not.
to keep cold?
is it freezing outside yet? Sure.
I mean, it's hard to say, but I mean, the rain coming down is almost sleet at this point. So if it's not, yet, it will be overnight.
Okay, then I guess we could just like hang it out the window or something.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And I could. How long is my? Nope. Minor illusion is not gonna last that long. 1 minute, 8 hours. Basically, same.
But is it a 2-story inn? The rooms upstairs, I'm assuming.
Yes, it
go
is a
at
2-story inn.
6th
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Crack a window and put it in the windowsill.
No.
Yeah.
Well, and then you're letting the cold air in your room. You could just set it outside and like tie it to something.
The price you pay for being an adventurer.
You get to be in your room then. You're warm.
Okay. I'm going to thank the innkeeper and ask him for a couple of rooms. Do we need 1 or 2? Are we okay with 1? Do we need 2?
You got a total of 5 people. You may want to get like 1 big room.
Oh, okay. All right, I mean that's okay. So I'll ask for 1 big room.
All right.
On the second floor.
5 hot baths
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Brittany?
and some hot baths.
No. Very well. Well, the room is going to be 5 silver.
Done.
As for the baths, we can arrange for a tub to come up and with some hot water.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
Great. And dinner for the 5 of us.
Oh, well, very well. Did you want the full meal, or are you going on the affordable diet? Because
How much is the
I
full
seem to
meal?
recall the rest of you were sort of stretched on coin when last you were here.
Do you agree?
What?
Meal.
What's it going to cost to feed us all? Full meal.
5 individuals. You could call it even at 1 silver and 5 copper.
Done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Very well. I will have some mutton and basically it's like a mutton soup concoction. It's like a little bit of mutton dropped in a soup mix.
An MLT where the mutton is nice and lean.
And the tomatoes are so ripe.
Perky and perky. Princess Bride.
So at this point, you are getting the last bit of everything you need to get together. I'm assuming, given the fact that everybody is wet, you're making arrangements to change out of clothing and trying to get everything dried sufficiently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hey, question. Prestidigitation can clean or soil an object. Does that mean it can dry an object also?
Yes.
Sweet.
Do I have this ability?
Right. All right. Well, I'll just wait till we've got all the pile of stuff.
I would say it doesn't make it completely dry, but it keeps it from being like sopping.
Take it.
Does it prevent mildew? That's the question.
That would fall under cleaning, so yes, I would say if you caught it quickly enough, it would definitely prevent mildew.
Okay, that's good.
Just
That's
hang
all
up
I care.
our dry things.
I have a spell that destroys water.
Destroys water?
It says destroys water. Create or destroy water.
Yeah, that's for drinking or not drinking. You wouldn't want to do that on your clothing.
Oh.
It might disintegrate your clothing.
I almost took the shape water. Would have been handy for this.
Okay.
But I did not.
So with that, now that everybody is back at the inn, you are getting fed, you're getting warmed back up from the very biting weather, and have retired to your collective room. That's where we're going to call it for the evening, as far as game is concerned, so that way we can get everybody leveled up.
Cool.
And get everything, else taken care of. The total XP that everybody has gained at this point puts you right at 900 total. Everyone.
So 900.
Third level.
Third level.
So we really need to find somebody to teach us stuff.
No, we're going to be doing that at this point. At this point in time, I'm not going to make you guys role play that. Now that you guys are back, that's going to be like kind of taking place off scene.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So we'll do the headstands and rock lifting.
We'll just
And the meditation.
So if you guys want to go through the books right now and start need help with the picking out spells or class updates, definitely want to make sure you roll your XP and whatnot, or not roll your XP, roll your hit points.
Wait, we have 900 XP now?
900 XP, so that puts you at level 3.
Come on, 10. 8. Again.
That's not bad.
Okay.
10. 10 additional hit points.
Can you explain to me again? So I roll a d8
Uh-huh.
for increased hit points, and
Yes.
then what do I do with the number I get?
You're going to
You
add
your
that on your character
Constitution
sheet.
Well, I'm so sorry. You both spoke at the same time.
You are going to roll a d8, and whatever your hit point total is, or you roll a d8, and let's just say you have 8. What's
I
your
did. I just got
Constitution
an 8.
modifier?
Constitution. 2.
Is it +2?
Yeah.
So you take your d8, and whatever you roll on your d8, you add 2 to it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you add that number to this right here.
Okay.